Straight Outta Compton is without a doubt one of the greatest biographical films of the entire decade. Covering NWA, the famous rap group based in Compton, California, it is simply amazing. There's no other way to put it. To start with, the casting is astounding. So the casting used was actually people who have experience from Compton, California, and the actual hood itself. So actors that actually grew up in that area. Furthermore, they do have first-hand experience with NWA. To choose a character who plays Ice Cube, they use Ice Cube's own son himself, so you get definite first-hand experience from his father. And that provides a whole realistic, immersive experience, the entire thing. The language, the writing, all sounds completely realistic of how a rapper would speak in the 80s and 90s. Which brings me into the soundtrack. The soundtrack is comprised almost entirely of tracks made by NWA, off their albums Straight Outta Compton, The Chronic, and a bunch of other ones. And it sets the mood completely, excellently well. So, for example, in one scene where they are writing this famous song, Boys in the Hood Together, Dr. Dre and Eazy debate over the instrumental, how to fix the instrumental, and we get to see the evolution over time of one of the most classic rap songs in American history be developed into an actual production piece, which is an astounding look of history. So, throughout the movie, we do see a lot of division into separate plot points, depending. So the first third of the movie largely focuses on the character of Eazy-E. We get to see the daily life struggles in the hood during the 80s. Yet as we move forward and the group kind of coagulates into one larger entity, we get to see more of the problems that they face on a more social level, facing civil rights and still everyday racism in the hood and outside. So for example, the FBI at one point in the movie becomes a large enemy of the group. And the FBI comes and tries to stop them from inciting the public to riot against race. So, when this happens, we get to see another part of the group entirely. It's not just as a musical group, but it's an entire social movement. This is a point where the film moves into actually being a movie about social activism. So at one of the concerts in one of the scenes, there is a beatdown that occurs of many concert goers during the song F La Police. And this provides a classic background of a standard man standing up to authority, like reminiscent of the Tiananmen Square massacre for the man standing up to the tank. It's the same way, but this way is conducted through a musical background. It is a very astonishing thing to see. And also it covers into the future in the last third of the movie, the AIDS epidemic, and it eventually leads to one of the main characters' deaths. And this is another sad, emotional part of the film, where it covers less of the more music type and more about the personal relationships that form between the characters over their time. And this is a nice way to tie things up and get it back all together. And it ultimately provides a very satisfying conclusion to a biopic all about this one amazing group. So I would definitely recommend it. Out of a scale of 10, I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. And I think that the movie today provides many advantages about what the music we listen to today could actually have effects on in the future, and how we could change and be active in our own social and political lives to help defeat racism, poverty, and other problems that still exist throughout the world today, especially in the United States. So I would definitely recommend seeing this film.